Maddie Brown from Sister Wives made a harsh comment that I believe was directed towards her father, Kody Brown. Maddie, a North Carolina native, was just 15 years old when she first debuted on Sister Wives with the rest of her family. She was a supporting cast member who formed a close bond with Kody's fourth wife, Robyn Brown. Maddie even started referring to Robyn as Birdie, and Robyn reciprocated by being supportive and offering advice in return. I was happy to see Maddie connect with someone in the family during such a crucial time in her life. Unfortunately, Maddie's relationship with Robyn deteriorated as she got older and realized the drawbacks of her father's polygamous marriages. Like many viewers, including me, Maddie disapproved of the way her father, Kody, treated her mother, Janelle. She distanced herself from many family members and started focusing on her future. At a young age, Maddie moved out of the family home and married Caleb Brown in 2016, relocating to North Carolina. Over time, she welcomed 4 children of her own, but remained in touch with her mother, Janelle, which brought me so much happiness. Kody said Maddie was bringing too much drama. Kody Brown accused Maddie of causing troubles. I believe that Maddie and Kody's relationship has deteriorated over the past 5 years. They appeared quite distant in the most recent seasons, likely due to them no longer living in close proximity to each other. In 2024, Maddie posted an Instagram story mentioning that she has a strict policy of no contact with certain family members due to past issues. On the other hand, Kody accused Maddie of causing problems and stirring up drama. It was unexpected of Kody to claim, "Every time I talk to her, she spreads gossip about me to the rest of the family." Maddie responded with a blistering snake post. Maddie has doubts about Kody's display of remorse. Recently, Maddie made a comment that appeared to be directed towards Kody. She posted cryptic Instagram stories with quotes that I interpreted as expressing her feelings towards her father. Maddie's post read, "Snake only sheds its skin to be a bigger snake," which seemed to be her way of suggesting that Kody's recent remorseful and self-loathing behavior was insincere and a plot to regain his place in the family. Her message continued, "Sooner or later the snake will bite," implying that Kody is pretending to be someone he is not and will end up hurting those who forgive him. Are Maddie and Kody close today? Maddie and Kody's relationship is still tense. Based on my observations on social media and TV, it appears that Maddie and Kody aren't any closer today than they were a few years ago. Maddie seems to have moved on from her chaotic family and is now focusing on raising her 4 children. She appears to have a close relationship with her mom Janelle, but her relationship with Kody seems to be strained due to past hurts. Not only emotionally but also geographically, Maddie is distant from Kody. The Sister Wives star lives in North Carolina, while Kody resides in Flagstaff on the other side of the country. She wants that old fat man in the next life. Kody mocked Robyn's stepmom and got backlash. The Sister Wives patriarch's argument with in-law about polygamy in the afterlife explained. Sister Wives star Kody Brown is known for his explosive quotes, and he didn't disappoint when he decided to call out Robyn's stepmother because she thinks that polygamy extends to the afterlife. Kody doesn't actually believe this, and I find that very interesting. Kody made some wild remarks when he talked about Robyn's other mom, not Alice, her bio mother. I assumed Kody believed polygamy was eternal. Possibly, Christine Brown leaving him rocked the foundation of his belief in plural marriage, although he didn't actually say so. All wives but Robyn were destined to leave, rendering his own polygamy experience complete. In Sister Wives Season 19, Kody's thrown polygamy aside. He might say that 3 women left him, but really, he left them emotionally a long time ago. That doesn't make him a bad person. He fell in love with Robyn. That is a very human thing to do. However, his passion for the demure brunette tore the family apart. Kody, Janelle, and Maddie Brown are still warring over Coyote Pass. While he dotes on Robyn, he clearly has his limits, as he's willing to make fun of her stepmother. Robyn's stepmother thinks plural marriage lasts forever. Kody thinks that's a little too long. Kody often puts down women. It's not really the most gentlemanly thing he does. In this case, the shade was fairly lighthearted. Kody, while discussing Robyn's stepmother, made it clear that he disagreed with her views on plural marriage. The stepmother believes that plural marriages last for all eternity, a very long time indeed. Blasting the stepmother in a joking way, he said, "I argue the point with her all the time. She wants that marriage. She wants that old fat man in the next life, and I feel bad for him. Because I'd be running from her. When he said would run from the stepmother, he was obviously just clowning around. However, it was a strong statement. It was one more time when Kody made outrageous comments about a woman. Here are some other gems from on screen. It seems like years of being the patriarch have given Kody quite a comfort level in terms of how he expresses himself while discussing women. Yes, he said nice stuff too, but the meter sound bites tend to reverberate. They are probably what the now exes remember. He may not mean to demean them, and they've said stuff as well. However, the fact that he's made so many disparaging comments about females is a bit concerning. I think men and women are equal. With polygamy, a man sort of rules the roost. As long as adults are consenting, there's really nothing wrong with that. However, the bad blood between Kody and his former wives seems to demonstrate that, in the case of the Brown family, this dynamic did not make anyone happy, including the man of the house, Kody. Kody's romantic with Robyn. He's so over plural marriage. While Kody's often a romantic hero for Robyn, Kody's David Yurman's signet ring matches Robyn's. He doesn't believe that the Brown family's plural marriage will last into the afterlife. Perhaps he would rather it didn't, as that might mean that it can't really be dissolved. Kody wants to move on with Robyn, and believing that nothing could end his plural marriage, that it's eternal before God, might make that harder. If Robyn's stepmom is correct, Kody will float about in heaven with Robyn, but also with Christine, Mary, and Janelle. Perhaps the family's tension would dissipate in the celestial realm. That would be nice for everyone. This kind of eternal reward would be beautiful, but Kody doesn't think it's going to happen. In my opinion, if Kody's gentler about women, it'll be good for him. It might help him to redeem himself. It's easy to see him as a man who just lost patience with his exes because of Robyn, and when he puts down women, he kind of plays into this bad guy image. However, he does have a softer side, which he should show more often. Sometimes, the strongest person is the most willing to show vulnerability. While Kody's wisecracks about his stepmom were actually funny, they had a bit of an edge too. Sister wives Kody Brown may use such barbs as a form of armor. When he is dishing it out, he may feel like he has control. However, the sweeter side of Kody, which is also there, might help him to endear himself to his exes and sister wives' viewers. It's worth a try. Maddie Brown's Cancun getaway proves that she no longer needs the Brown family. Sister Wives Season 19 star Maddie Brown was all on her own when she left her polygamous husband, but she has built an impressive social network. When the 53-year-old mother of one walked away from her 32-year marriage in 2022, many believed she'd wilt. She never wanted a divorce, and she fought hard to make the marriage work. She stayed with Kody Brown long after he stopped wanting to be with her. When the marriage finally ended, I was worried that Mary would be alone and devastated. I am happy to report that I was wrong. Though Mary was Kody's first wife, she often seemed like she was on an island all alone. While Kody ultimately had 18 children in total, Mary only had one child. While her sister wives' co-stars were often surrounded by their many children, Mary always seemed more solitary. After her child had grown up and moved away, Mary spent most of her time with Kody and his family with his fourth wife, Robyn Brown. When the marriage ended, Mary was cut off from the family completely. I was worried that she'd be lonely, but Mary seems happier than ever. Mary was all on her own for a while. She found herself on the wrong side of the family divide. Mary wasn't the first of Kody's wives to walk away from the marriage. That dubious honor belongs to 52-year-old Christine Brown. Christine was Kody's third wife, and they had 6 children together. Though she grew up in a polygamous family, she didn't take well to living the lifestyle of herself. She was the most jealous of Kody's wives and hated sharing him with other women. She especially hated sharing Kody with Robyn, who many assumed he preferred. After Christine left, 55-year-old Janelle Brown followed her out the door. Mary was the first wife in and the last to leave. Despite being long neglected by Kody, Mary never faltered in her support of him. Even after Kody told Mary he was no longer attracted to her, Mary continued to hold out hope. She was deeply committed to the religious principle of plural marriage. She was even the one who introduced Kody to Robyn and encouraged him to court her. Bringing Robyn into the marriage was something that Christine and Janelle could never forgive Mary for. Mary was the only one to welcome Robyn and stayed close to her, even after being rejected by Kody. After Christine and Janelle left Kody, the family was tacitly split into two warring factions. On one side were Christine and Janelle, and on the other were Kody, Robyn, and Mary. The divide separated Mary from Christine and Janelle and all of their children. Once Mary decided to leave Kody, she was no longer in communication with Janelle and Christine, so she found herself on her own. She stopped seeing any of the Browns, and with her only child living far away, Mary had to lean heavily on her friends. Mary has leaned on her friends. She built her own social network. When Kody and Mary finally said goodbye during Sister Wives Season 6, they parted on good terms. There was so much water under the bridge and so many disappointments. That meant there was very little left to say. After fighting so hard to save her marriage, Mary had finally accepted reality. Kody helped Mary move away from Arizona, where the family was residing as the family dissolved. Christine had already moved to Utah with her new husband, and Janelle headed for North Carolina. Divided from the rest of her family, Mary had to lean on her friends, especially her friend, Jen Sullivan. With the marriage to Kody over, Mary had no reason to stay in Nevada. Unlike her other sister wives, Mary doesn't have many children surrounding her. I assumed she'd be on her own. Separated from the rest of her family, Mary had to lean on her friends, especially her friend, Jen Sullivan. Since the pandemic, Mary and Jen have filmed Fridays with friends to post on social media. Mary and Jen have continued to post. I'm not trying to stall. Villain Kody's battle over Coyote Pass with sister wives Janelle and Mary triggers me. Do other divorced women feel the same way? Sister Wives is always an emotional journey, and now that Kody Brown's tangling with Mary and Janelle Brown over the family's Coyote Pass land, I'm personally reminded of just how painful and grueling breakups can be. As a divorced woman, I know what it's like to try and tie up loose ends after decades of togetherness. I have been there and done that. Have you? I know I'm not alone when I say that I'm triggered when I see women suffering after divorces. I feel a kinship with those who are walking the rocky path I once trudged. As long as that cursed patch of land remains unsold, Kody's bound to Janelle and Mary. They must discuss the fate of the land. They must argue about it. The exes in his life, who endured years of Kody preferring Robyn, probably wish they could detach instead. Sometimes I feel like Kody's dragging out the process to stay connected to his exes, but there's no proof of this. It's just a gut feeling after having been through the ringer myself. Kody's talked about his karmic connection with Janelle. He's talked about getting back together. During my divorce, there was a time when it was push-pull. Should we keep talking? Should the break be cleaner, colder? There was chatter about reconciliation that went nowhere, a possible meeting for lunch that I just couldn't face. Would my life be easier if I'd agreed to go to lunch? Maybe, but really, I'm not sorry I didn't. My son and I watched Mad Men to deal with our emotions. When Don Draper had trouble with his wife, we just looked at each other. It was all so close to home. Janelle has enough on her plate. Kody should sell the land. Divorce is dicey, a sketchy situation, and really, there's no fast recovery. The only way out is through. But traveling through that dark tunnel takes forever. There's so much darkness before you get to the light. This experience will really change you. No one is the same person afterward. Look how different Janelle and Mary are now. So independent, so free, but also older and wiser. Janelle loved Kody. She said she did. She felt physical desire for him, wanted things to work, was the mother of his kids. For her, accepting that the decades of time and energy she'd poured into that relationship would lead to a permanent split must have been soul-destroying. Now, the woman who exploded last season, finally releasing some of the anger she's been carrying for years, must go it alone. She's in her 50s, and since the breakup, her life has been filled with pain. She lost Garrison Brown, the son she shared with Kody. Life is so unfair. She was already suffering when the two parents lost what matters the most. I feel like Kody should just sell the land and give her some money, her fair share of the proceeds. Janelle has had money issues after working to support the family for years. This really bothers me. She was out there working, putting food on the table, but when it was over, she said she had almost nothing. Kody said she has the same assets as everyone else, but I believe Janelle. I can't think why she'd lie about something like that. I saw the cramped apartment she lived in. I saw Kody's big and fancy house. Why would I doubt her word? I don't. I remember, in the throes of the breakup, going to see Jack White. I was in the 5th row, shell-shocked by everything that was going on in my life. Jack started singing a sad song and I stood there crying. His talent helped me to get my emotions out. I think everyone who's been through this will understand how I felt. I know how Janelle felt when it was over. I know how many tears she cried. Mary too. Women have dreams, and when those dreams just disappear, it takes time to adjust. Right now, Janelle and Mary are feeling the same kind of pain I used to feel. Of course, my ex was in pain too, just like Kody is. It wasn't easy for anyone, and the fact that a child was involved made it all so much worse, just like in the Brown family. My son and I got through it together, and we're closer than we've ever been. That's the only real gift to come out of that kind of pain. We have a bond that nothing can ever break. The love we share is so deep, it's magical. Janelle is detoxing in 2025. She wants peace in her life. When Janelle, possibly on the fringes of accepting that her spiritual union was really ending, swore at Kody last season, I knew what was coming, that she had some real challenges looming in the distance. I found it heartbreaking. Janelle told Kody. But really, she loved that man. That's what is so sad. Janelle and Mary both share children with Kody. They have financial entanglements with him. How did Kody end up owning so much of Coyote Pass? Kody owns a share of Coyote Pass land with each of his wives. Kody, Robyn, Mary, Janelle, and Christine invested in various ventures during the 10 years when they were all part of the same family. The polygamous family invested in businesses like My Sister Wife's Closet, but this endeavor was short-lived. The TLC star and his 4 wives also purchased a large 14-acre property, Coyote Pass, in 2018. They put $820,000 into the land through a mix of loans and upfront payments, with the hope of expanding their family all in one area, constructing homes, and living close together. Each parent in the family contributed to the purchase of the property. During the pandemic, the Brown family faced challenges that brought Coyote Pass into discussion. Janelle and Mary requested a fair evaluation of the property and their ownership rights. However, Kody argued he owned the majority of the land because he had paid for a significant portion by himself. Details revealed that Kody shared the lot with each wife, and Christine relinquished her share when she left the family, leaving Kody with the largest portion of the property. Additionally, Janelle has claimed that Kody managed the family's finances, leading her to believe he used family funds to acquire the land. Mary doesn't think it's fair. Kody is allocating the tiniest portion of the land to Mary. Kody initially divided the Coyote Pass property, agreeing that each of the wives would receive 1 plot of land and the 5th one would be used for gatherings. However, things changed when the family split up, causing Kody to act selfishly and keep most of the land for himself. According to legal documents reported by In Touch, Kody is the common owner of all 5 parcels of the land. He and Robyn own the first 3 plots, while the 4th plot is owned by Mary, Janelle, and Kody, with the latter 2 owning the 5th plot. When Kody reallocated the property among his remaining wives, he gave Mary the smallest share. He kept 8 acres for himself and Robyn, gave 4 acres to Janelle, and gave 2 acres to Mary. As expected, Mary wasn't pleased with receiving such a small share, especially since she was supposed to have a whole plot. She expressed her frustrations to the cameras, stating, "I'm still part of the family and I still financially put into it," adding that she deserves more in the property and not just what Kody has decided she's worthy of. Mary and Janelle want to lawyer up. Mary and Janelle demand transparency in the land division process. Kody, Janelle, and Mary are on the brink of a significant legal dispute over the Coyote Pass property. Kody's former wives want to hire lawyers for varying reasons but with the same objective in mind. They want Kody to be fair and hope that legal help can compel him to do so. Mary feels that her share is insufficient. She believes that Kody is allocating the smallest portion of the family property because of their strained relationship and the fact that she only has 1 child with him. Janelle is considering seeking legal assistance to protect her share of the property. She believes that her ex-husband isn't taking the potential sale of Coyote Pass seriously and wants to urge him to expedite the process. Janelle also wants to ensure transparency in the proceedings, as she doesn't want to be at a disadvantage and feels it would be wise to seek legal representation. Surprisingly, Mary and Janelle have joined forces to take legal action against Kody. It'll be interesting to see if they can maximize their benefits from the Coyote Pass with the assistance of lawyers. Who is likely to win the legal battle? Odds are in favor of Kody. All the available information suggests Mary and Janelle will try to convince Kody to be fair when dividing the Coyote Pass property. However, there is a possibility he will still retain the majority of the property and come out as an overall winner. Despite Janelle and Mary desiring a better outcome, they don't seem to have concrete evidence to support their claims of contribution towards purchasing the Coyote Pass property. Meanwhile, Kody has made sure his name is on all documentation and that he has receipts as proof of ownership. While Janelle may still be able to have her wish granted, Mary will struggle to prove that she deserves a bigger portion of the property. It appears Mary has always contributed the least and owned the least of Coyote Pass property. Therefore, it isn't surprising that Kody has decided to give her only 2 acres. While Mary may believe that she deserves more, engaging in a legal battle could have negative consequences for her. The sister-wife star, who legally divorced Kody in September 2014, may find it easier to accept the 2 acres he offered her. As long as that cursed patch of land remains unsold, Kody's bound to Janelle and Mary. They must discuss the fate of the land. They must argue about it. The exes in his life, who endured years of Kody preferring Robyn, probably wish they could detach instead. Sometimes I feel like Kody's dragging out the process to stay connected to his exes, but there's no proof of this. It's just a gut feeling after having been through the ringer myself. Kody's talked about his karmic connection with Janelle. He's talked about getting back together. During my divorce, there was a time when it was push-pull. Should we keep talking? Should the break be clean or colder? There was chatter about reconciliation that went nowhere, a possible meeting for lunch that I just couldn't face. Would my life be easier if I'd agreed to go to lunch? Maybe, but really? I'm not sorry I didn't. My son and I watched Mad Men to deal with our emotions. When Don Draper had trouble with his wife, we just looked at each other. It was all so close to home. Janelle has enough on her plate. Kody should sell the land. Divorce is dicey, a sketchy situation, and really, there's no fast recovery. The only way out is through. But traveling through that dark tunnel takes forever. There's so much darkness before you get to the light. This experience will really change you. No one is the same person afterward. Look how different Janelle and Mary are now. So independent, so free, but also older and wiser. Janelle loved Kody. She said she did. She felt physical desire for him, wanted things to work, was the mother of his kids. For her, accepting that the decades of time and energy she'd poured into that relationship would lead to a permanent split must have been soul-destroying. Now, the woman who exploded last season, finally releasing some of the anger she's been carrying for years, must go it alone. She's in her 50s, and since the breakup, her life has been filled with pain. She lost Garrison Brown, the son she... The process of detachment is so complex, it can be terrifying. Lawyers, documents, tense discussions, a sense of unreality. All who are divorced know the drill. It's not something a person would wish on anyone, but it happens to so many people. Can Kody really let Janelle and Mary go? Does he live in the past sometimes or dream of the healing he's talked about, without realizing that before there can be spiritual healing, the wounds need to be cauterized? I hope he starts to understand that they need space, if only for a while. Janelle and Kody now share a new grandchild, Maddie and Caleb Brush's baby girl. Hopefully that happy life event will help them to see each other in a new way, as exes who can coexist and even share happy moments. However, they may need more time to get to that point. Time is a great healer. If Janelle needs more time, he should give it to her, selling Coyote Pass to really draw a line in the sand. Janelle's bravely marching forwards. What a tough and beautiful soldier this woman is. She's strong, yes, but not hardened by battle. She's down to earth and sweet, and launched a new business, Tata Farms, that is so close to her heart. She'll sell flowers and t-shirts. I really want her to succeed. Maddie Brown couldn't make it work with Kody. He wouldn't forgive her for her emotional affair. Mary is thriving too, as seen above on Instagram, after years of trying to make Kody forgive her for an unfortunate catfishing incident that was probably the byproduct of some pretty intense loneliness. That's a sad story too, with no real villains. Now that she's running Worthy up, Mary has so much to live for. She's dating a new man named Brandon Stone. Her life is lit up with hope. All she needs is an answer about Koyo Pass. Kody can give that to her. Sister Wives Season 19 shows a family coming to terms with a new normal that is sometimes extremely uncomfortable. I feel like ending the war over Koyo Pass is the best thing for everyone. It's what the exes want, and since Kody still has Robyn and the emotional support that she gives him, I think it should be easy for him to just list the land and then sell it. There's no need to hang on to a patch of earth that represents so many dashed hopes and keeps two of his exes in his life. Subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Always be the first to get news. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.